Alright, so I quickly want to show the extraction flow and a cool use case that we have here on DataGOL. Invoice data coming from NetSuite in this example. So you're pulling all of your NetSuite data, you have it in this workbook, but then you also have some PDF invoices, and you have those uploaded here in your document section. Have them in NetSuite or anything. These are just PDFs that got sent to us that we have to manually take the information and put them into just NetSuite, let's say, or even inputting it directly into DataGOL. Don't have to worry about that. You just input it here into your document section, and then when you click these three dots, there's a little extract button. So once we do this extract, we already have this configuration set up, but I'll show you how to create a new extraction. So you can either create a new workbook from this extraction or use an existing workbook. We already have the workbook from extracting these PDFs prior. So I'll just select existing workbook, and then I'll choose the workbook that I want to extract into. This workbook has all the fields that we're looking for, so I'll go ahead and choose that one. We have standard and advanced mode. Advanced mode just supports more nested fields and a little bit more complex structures of information. So we'll go ahead and choose advanced, and then I already have the fields here that I want to extract. Invoice number, date, due date, all these things, and then this will all be pulled from this document to my left. So once I've entered all of the fields that I want to extract, I'll just click generate here. And then here we go, invoice number, invoice date, due date, all these different fields have come through. In order to be extracted, we can add a field if we want, give it a column name, map it to an existing column. Since we chose to use an existing workbook, we can map it to a column in that workbook and then just give it a short description. Right, so we don't need this. Now that we have all the fields decided that we want to extract, we can preview the results here by clicking on this button, and then it'll give us a preview of the information that is to be extracted. Before we go ahead and save this, we want to make sure that we have all the fields, make sure that they're coming through properly. So here you go. These are all of the fields here that we requested. There they are. Now we can give it a configuration name for saving. So I'll just say test here. And then you can also store the extracted data as JSON. So it'll be a separate column in the workbook. That way you have the raw extracted information in JSON format. So I'm not going to create this one now just because we already have this, but once you run this extraction flow, it'll dump all of the information into that workbook that we selected. So here's that workbook with all the fields that we asked it to extract. So there you go. Now you have the unstructured invoice PDFs now into a workbook format, and you can even combine this with your NetSuite data if you want. So now you can see we have the NetSuite workbook for our NetSuite invoices, and then we have the extracted invoice information that we just extracted. Now, just by creating a pipeline, we can create one combined view of our NetSuite data and our PDF data and have a full holistic view of all of our invoices. To go a step further, we can even come to our agents here, and then you can see here I created a thread with our data science agent, and now you can do an analysis on that holistic view of all of your invoices. So I told it to show me the invoice payment trend, and now it's going to write Python scripts and it's going to create charts showing me the trend of those invoices. If I open the execution panel, you can see all of the tools that it called, all of the code that it generated, all of this. So yeah, there you go. You can do some really good analysis, even if the data is structured, unstructured, whatever kind of information you have, throw it into a workspace, and now you're ready to do some deeper analysis.